Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have breaking news out of the NBA, the first ever Shams bomb that he has posted ever since Adrian Wojnarowski retired. But today we have a monster trade out of the NBA between a East and a West team. The New York Knicks are trading Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and a Detroit Pistons first round pick for Karl Anthony Towns. We'll get into how I think that this fit will work for each team in a couple seconds. But first off, just off the surface, the Knicks, I don't like this trade for either team, to be honest. Let's just get into that first. The Timberwolves, it wasn't a great fit. I know why they traded Karl Anthony Towns away, because it wasn't great having him and Gobert together, because they just didn't fit well together, especially defensively. But I feel like that this is just a downgrade of a trade for them, because the reason that Gobert and Cat kind of did work together in the first place was that Gobert had no shooting. He was just a lockdown defender, good rebounder. And they had Karl Anthony Towns to stretch the floor. He also averaged 11 rebounds a game. Now trading Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle at that starting power forward spot, it's just not going to be as good of a fit, because Randle, if we just go into the stats really quick to start off, Karl Anthony Towns last year, 23, 11, and 3 on 40% from 3 and 52 from the field. Julius Randle, however, this is the main reason I do not like this trade for the Timberwolves. Because I don't mind Randle as a player. But first off, you're losing 4 inches in height. Randle is more of a traditional power forward, though, so it makes a little bit more sense. But 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 33% from the three-point line. And they lost a lot of depth in this trade, because DiVincenzo was one of their better bench players that they've had in years. And he was coming off one of his best seasons of his career, where he shot like amazing from 3. I don't know what his exact percentage was, but I think he led the league for a little bit in 3-point percentage before a little fall off midseason. 38% from 3 on like 5 attempts a game, I think. Yeah, he shot 9 threes a game and shot 40% this last season. That is insane. Oh, I was looking at career stats. That's my bad. But still, my point still is that Randle's just not a good shooter, and it does not make sense to put him next to Rudy Gobert in any modern day NBA offense. DiVincenzo does help, but he's not going to run that power forward. And Jaden McDaniels isn't a great shooter either, and he's that small forward, so that whole front court's just not going to be great offensively at all. Randle averaged 24, and he shot 31 from 3, so even worse than his career average in his final year in New York. That's just not a good trade to make, honestly. Like, I don't see it from the Timberwolves' point of view, because they were the 2 seed in the Western Conference last season. They had a good young core with 2 or 3 good veteran or let's say 2 veteran stars in Gobert and Cat, and a veteran role player leader in Mike Conley at that point guard. Then they had 2 young superstars at the wings, McDaniels and Edwards, and they had a good young bench with like Nickeil Alexander-Walker and all of them. Now, I don't even know what they're going to do, because like Randle is not going to work next to Gobert. Edwards is going to probably take off this season now and average like 40 points a game, but still, I just don't see it. Moving on to the Knicks, they're now probably the best starting lineup in the NBA, but that depth is just not good. The main thing that I like about this trade is that before the Knicks, they had Julius Randle. He was averaging 24 points a game, but I think he might have just been a system player, honestly, because he was never like this in LA or New Orleans. Well, who knows? He might go to Minnesota and average 30 and be an All-NBA first-teamer, but that's unlikely. But they now just have a clear number 2 offensive threat next to Brunson and Towns. And with Brunson attacking the rim a lot for as short as he is, being able to kick it out to Karl Anthony Towns on the 3-point line is going to help this New York Knicks offense a lot. They also got amazing role players in Anunoby for that defense, decent 3-point shooter. Bridges, he had great offensive flashes in Brooklyn, but that was when he was the number one option. And then Josh Hart, one of the best rebounders in the game. Their new lineup is probably going to be Brunson at the point, Bridges at the 2, Anunoby the 3, Hart the 4, and Cat the 5. And then when Mitchell Robinson comes back in like December, they may move Cat to the 4, but I don't really know. This is a really weird trade, honestly, because I don't feel like either team got better unless Towns is really that good of a fit with the New York Knicks offense, which he might be. Another thing to consider in this trade is that Karl Anthony Towns has formerly played for Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota when Thibodeau was the head coach there. So that is something to keep an eye on. That might be why they traded for him. Who knows? But it's just a weird trade. Now just for the grades, I think for the Knicks I'm going to give them a C+, just because that potential with Cat as that next scoring option. The Timberwolves, I think, got worse in this trade, honestly. So I'm going to give them a D+. This prediction could come back to haunt me in, like, January or something once they get a little bit of offensive flow going. But I don't like it right now, and that's all that matters as of right now. So thank y'all for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.